shame what happened today, and it just kind of ran out of gas. Played good enough to be up 10 most of that game, and you know, I guess just got to give them credit. Guy hits 4 threes all year, and he hits 3 in the first half. Guys followed the game plan. It looked like it was good second half, and we just ran out of bodies. Was forced to play McQuaid, his unbelievable heroic effort, and I made a coaching mistake trying to play Kyle Arns. He just couldn't go, and kind of told me a little late, but poor kid just couldn't get off the bench. And Kithier struggled a little bit, but I thought our guards did a good job in getting rebounds in that. Our bigs did not rebound as well as they should or could. I think both of them played way too many minutes. It's a story of the last couple of weeks, so find a way to do what we can do, give Indiana credit. They made some big shots. Game was lost. Last thing I put on the board. Rebound, rebound, rebound. We did a hell of a job the first half. We just they just kept running guys at us, and we didn't have the bodies to run at them. So we lost. So whatever questions you have, I'll answer.
Tom, it's one thing to lose a game to a better team. It's another to lose when you don't play well. But when you lose because of injury, you just don't have bodies. Is that?
I wouldn't say they're not a bad team. Number one, and we didn't lose for any effort-related things. I thought for most of that game we did a hell of a job. We just flat out ran out of gas, and you know, it's so sick of coaching the way I got to coach and practice the way I got to practice, and yet everything was good until that one last stretch, and they made some shots and we didn't, and that's the way it goes. You know, you can question the effort of Xavier and Kenny. Kenny, I thought, had one of his worst games as far as, you know, turning the ball over, not rebounding, but he played so many minutes for who he is, the type of game, and they got up and down, and they just kept running those 4 bigs in there. And was it? Can't even read this thing. It's my eyes and stupid NCAA stuff. But Stevens, I guess it was. Smith, I mean, he, guys, he hits 3 threes. He's hit 4 all year. What the hell are you going to do? Guard him? Probably.
Kind of along those lines, Indiana seems to go against its tendencies a lot with you as far as, you know, hitting more threes, rebounding better. How do you balance kind of what they've done throughout the course of the season, guarding against that versus guarding what kind of they're doing today?
Guys, I'm never gonna worry about guarding a guy that's hit 4 threes all year. You know, I mean, when we make adjustments, we make adjustments, but we have game plans, they have game plans. They do what they wanted to do. I mean, they hit 10 threes the first game and 9 this game, and you know, they hit 3 big ones late. Green did. That's what sucks about basketball. You make a shot, you look better than you are. You miss a shot, you look worse than you are. It's the way it is for both teams. And you know, we missed some good shots down the stretch. They made some good shots down the stretch. I just think we were completely out of gas, and that was of no fault to my players. It was a fault to me, and a credit to Indiana and what they did.
What would you draw up on that baseline bounce? I think with 8 left.
Well, we were supposed to run a blur, and Kenny just kind of ran by him, so that was disappointing. But we were going to isolate Cassius on that side, just because we had no time left, and we didn't execute that very well. That was disappointing. Like I said, Kenny, I think he was so tired that he struggled with some things, but not their fault. We shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. We get a couple of rebounds. They get 2 3-point plays off rebounds. Game could have been over. So.
Tom, the turnovers were pretty critical again. But
yeah, they're ridiculous.
9 or 10 of them came in the first half.
Yeah,
well.
9 of them, and between Henny and Kenny, we just they were not forced turnovers. I give Indiana a lot of credit. I give them credit for that. Okay, so that was just. But you know, we didn't know where McQuaid could go, and so we haven't practiced with him for all week, and. didn't have enough ball handlers, when Arns couldn't do anything. It's just like you're manufacturing, you're trying to reinvent your team on the frickin' bench, and that was disappointing.
I was going to ask about the substitutions. When you try and make in-game adjustments, how difficult is that right now with the limited bodies you got?
Well, the problem was I thought Kyle was okay to play until, you know, right after halftime. You know, I mean, there's an advantage with a tough kid and a disadvantage. A tough kid's always going to say he can play. When he finally says, I can't even get off the seat, you appreciate it, but you also say, well, why didn't you tell me, you know? I mean, Foster with the athleticism of those guards, I thought that was a problem. And Kithier, I thought, played pretty good the first half. And, you know, I mean, those guys are athletic and strong, you know, inside. And they did a number. And we still lost the rebound battle by 1 without Nick, but we lost it. And I don't know what we were at halftime, plus 5, 8?
Plus 8.
That's the difference of the two halves.
I think they had 10-1 on the offensive glass in the second half, too.
Yeah, and I honestly give them credit on that. I give us some blame, but my guys gave me everything they had. I have no, wish a couple guys would have played a little better, but I got no fault on what they've done. It's just, you know, come into games, don't know who's going to play or what's going to play. It's been disappointing in that respect. So hopefully now we'll refocus in. We'll probably know Kyle is probably potentially maybe done. I don't know, but I think we can get him a little more rest. Quaid was unbelievable for what I thought. I mean, he shot around here a little bit last night. It's all he's done since last Sunday. And so we can get him healthy and play a little better.
You'll probably run into a situation like this through the postseason where, you know, these close games in late situations, you know, what's the biggest, I guess, adjustment or thing that has to happen when teams are just going to sell out on going after Cassius in those
well,
spots?
you know, Kenny, if they want to sell out and double, we had some good shots. He just missed them, you know, and when we couldn't play Kyle, we had to keep Aaron in there. We know he's not as good a shooter as Kyle. I mean, I don't know. We're going to come up with some magic tricks and bring Sean Respert back. I don't know what the hell we'll do. I know one thing. We aren't dead yet. We lost the game to a team that's been playing better. We lost the game that we played well enough to win by 10 points. Give them credit. They came back and won it. But that was a shame to lose that game. I thought we deserved to win that game, and in most ways, we didn't win it.
You said the other day you like that you don't need any help in the Big Ten now, and Monday you need help again.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know what? I'm gonna worry about my team, and if somebody helps us, they help us. If they don't, they don't. You know, we had destiny in our own hands. We didn't answer the bell. Wasn't, like I said, all their fault. I'm just going to get our team ready to play in Nebraska. And that's what I'm going to get our team ready to do, is play Nebraska. And, you know, there were so many things that happened in the last 2-3 days. Nothing bad, just trying to adjust to Quaid out, not practice Cassius the whole time. And, frustrating, but I'm not worried about the Big Ten championship. I'm worried about winning another game, and if we win another game, we put ourselves in a chance where we still have a chance. If we don't have a chance, we don't win the league. You know, we have nobody to blame but ourselves for the home loss to Indiana, not this loss. This loss was different circumstances, and you know what? Everybody else has lost a game too. So. I'm usually critical of my team. I'm critical because I didn't think we did the things we needed to do, but I'm proud of them because I know what they've been through and what they did. You'd be proud of this damn team, too.
Aaron comes out hot, plays pretty good defense, hits that big three, but then struggled to look for his shot. I guess, how do you build that confidence at this point in the year for him?
You don't do it at this point of year. You do it in the offseason. I mean, he's not going to become, a shooter right now. It's, I mean, when you look at the job we did on, he had him a lot. Somebody read it to me. What did Langford end up with?
4 of 14, 0 of 4 from 3.
I mean, I can't ask much more out of him than that. He got 4 and 5 rebounds. Yeah, he struggled a little bit. He's not a shooter. He's got to spend more time on it. He's got to take from liking the game to loving the game, then he's going to live the game. If he wants to do that, he'll be a hell of a player. If he doesn't want to do that, we'll replace him. Pretty simple. And that's
Tom.
the same with every guy. Yeah. Who answers?
Tom, I know you repeated this at Michigan State, but when do you expect Nick to get back and play?
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping in a week and a half, 2 weeks, but understand this, he's got a broken hand. To what depth where, we could have used him just maybe to get a rebound, but I don't know what he can do with that hand. It's on his shooting hand. I'm not waiting for Nick to come back. I need Nick to come back, but I can't rely on that. And he'll come back. He's been working his tail off. It's just that some of this is in a lot bigger hands than mine. And so I can't even speculate on that, except that I've heard from numerous people around the country that 3 to 4 weeks guys have come back. But now coming back and then being ready to play at a high level are two different things. But 10 minutes of him banging around in there probably would have helped us today, and so, could it be the Michigan game? Could it be the Big Ten tournament? I would, if I was a betting man, I'd say somewhere in between that. And yet, I'm sick of waiting for guys to get back, Josh and him and this and that. I'm going to make the team we got better. I got to figure out how you practice harder so you rebound better, and yet you don't wear your guys out. It's a frustrating part for me.
Last one, Stephen, did you have one?
I was going to ask about Aaron.
Okay.
Same question.
Anything else, guys?
You mentioned, Aaron, kind of the jumper not really being there yet. How did you see that affect maybe the rest of the offense with Indiana kind of laying off him, being able to clog those lanes and stuff?
Well, we laid off Smith too, sometimes. Aaron hit a 3. I mean, it's, you go with the percentages, and I'm not a big analytical guy, but guy hits as many 3s in one game as he hits for the season. Maybe destiny is they're going to win, Aaron's got to get better. He's got to get better, but I'll tell you what, Aaron Henry has a chance to be one hell of a player because he's athletic, he can guard already, he's got a body that's strong, he's just a lot of things he can do. He has to improve his shooting. I mean, I've had a million guys that have had to do that and have done that. Kenny Goings, couldn't shoot it as good as Aaron when he was a freshman. So, what we want everybody else to step up and do something they can't. And that's what I said in my pregame talk. We can't try to score 80 points a game probably. We got to do what is a choice, not what is a skill. It's a choice to cut out and rebound. It's a skill to make a shot. We got beat because we didn't choose to rebound as well. Now, in fairness, I think we were just flat out worn out because we did a hell of a job the first half. And, so the only one that should get any blame on this is me for not subbing better. The guys in there are crushed, and a couple of them played their hearts out and gave me everything they got. I got no problem with that, though I wish you would have played a little better. The rebound would have bounced a little different. A couple of 3s that haven't gone in this century wouldn't go in yet, probably. I hope that. But other than that, I don't. I thought we outplayed them for 38 minutes, and we didn't win a game. And that's the beauty of basketball. So I appreciate it. Thanks.